Hi guys, how you guys doing? Welcome to Life with Queenette. I just want to bring to your notice this story making rounds about one Nigerian pastor by name Pastor Shola, okay, who came on social media to advise young men who are about to be married on why they shouldn't marry women who believe so much in prophets, okay, as well as their mom who he tagged spiritual prostitutes. That is to say, people who jump from one spiritual home to another spiritual home just to, meet with their needs. So his opinion is that, listen, if you bring this type of people into your home, they're not likely the home is not likely to be in one piece, as there will be prophecies and counter prophecies and things that will destroy the home, because it's not going to stop and they'll believe so much in whatever the prophets are saying. I'm going to place you know, the written text as it appeared on different online platforms, quoting him directly the way he said it. Look at this. He said, according to him, if you make the mistake and get married to a woman who is addicted to visiting spiritual prophets, okay, and the mother is a spiritual prostitute, then your marriage shall be your marriage shall be controlled by those prophets. I don't know if he's right or wrong. So he said being a spiritual prostitute means someone who is willing and goes to every single church or spiritual place just to make sure things go into their just to make sure people things go in their favor. All right. So this is a simple advice. So I right now I want you to go to the comment section and maybe drop your own idea of what you think. I have a little problem with his advice. That's my personal opinion. Okay. There are prophets, there are pastors, there are reverends, there are imams, there are, so just making it look like prophets are the only ones that people go to see. Could be like singling out a particular set of people, and it could be as a result of bias. But if the the title was more elaborate, like including every other person, then that would have been holistic. But having said that, I think he's right in his own sense that people who are they're not, they're insatiable, right? They are always looking for someone who give them prophecy. There's a part also that he talked about being spiritual. That means he's trying to like differentiate what it means to be spiritual and what it means to be listening to prophets. Some people, the only thing, if they go to churches where the people are ready to prophesy and that's the only reason why they go there is not because they love God. They go there so that they give them prophecies. Okay. And if you look at some of those prophecies, they don't tell you what to do to solve your problem. They just give you backs and backs of, and then you go, you know, you start, you know, getting scared or start looking for how to solve your own problems. Okay. So I think in a sense is right, but it shouldn't be a blanket statement. And he should have like single out people, or maybe an instance. And some people had also had experiences where people started out this prophesying thing. People prophesied, said this, said that, and at the end of the day they destroyed not just a marriage, but destroyed the whole family. I've met someone who told me he does not speak with the elder sister simply because she was so engrossed with this thing, and the person said he was actually the one, is it taking their shine or whatever, all those kind of very petty kind of prophecies. And I think that's what this pastor is trying to say, that you cannot have people who don't love God for real, who don't trust God, who don't trust really what he can do, who are only out to look for prophecies And as long as what the prophecy you're giving them is in tandem with what they think, they are going to follow with that. And you see that such people don't actually love God. All right, they don't love God, they don't believe in him, they don't trust him enough, to believe that what he says is what he would do. They would rather want someone to tell them, oh, somebody wants to kill you, okay, read Psalm 112. Then they go and read Psalm 112. Even if they are living deep in sin, they will read Psalm 112. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does not work, because of course those people might also be using familiar spirits. All right, so you don't have that assurance that it's basically going to work. And that's what he's trying to say. If the person is spiritual, the person will trust God, the person will understand that, listen, this is how God works, and then love him for who he is. And that way you have a more peaceful, and a better way. And I think I buy into what do you think? So the next story is about this lady. I know I want to say something about this because I've talked about female friendship and how it's shrouded in a whole lot of things, in jealousy, bitterness, competition, and the rest. Okay, so when this story broke, it was not a shock. It was just that the level of her level of unforgiveness is crazy. It can only be demonic, because it's not normal for you to stay for 10 years still looking at how to, and not just that, you wanted to kill this person. All right. So this lady, I think her name is Anita Ophili, was allegedly said to have stabbed her friend Gloria Okon, you know because of a 10-year long rifts that they've had. And from everything we heard, they've even said they settled 2 weeks ago. So probably she came to that place where she, okay, let us settle, let's forget about our problems, and just as though it never happened. But the truth of the matter is that she was hatching up a plan. Okay, so from Vanguard, you see that Vanguard said that the lady identified as Anita Ofili, has explained why she invited her friend Gloria Okon to her house in Aja, Lagos, drugged her. I think she drugged her with tramadol and then stabbed her to death. Anita was arrested on Sunday, March 26, 2023, after she killed her friend of close to 2 decades. Can you beat that? So occupants of the building were alerted by a shout for help from Ophili's one-room self-contained apartment by 1:20 p.m. They reportedly forced the door open only to discover Ophili thrusting a kitchen knife into Okon's neck. That is the height of it. Okay, so the victim was later rushed to General Hospital on Lagos Island, where she was confirmed dead. So Vanguard gathered that the suspect and the deceased had been friends for close to 2 decades, which I had already said. They attended the same tertiary institution. They were said to have had misunderstanding that tore them apart for close to 10 years before they reconciled 2 weeks ago, explaining why she committed the act. Quoting Ophili, I think I'll place this thing. In case I don't, please forgive me, all right? She said, Gloria and I have been good friends for 10 years, but she betrayed that friendship by snatching my boyfriend. I had intentions of marrying him. Her actions strained the relationship and went our separate ways. Our separate ways, okay? So, and that friendship was, ditched because of this person's disloyalty, to the relationship. I just want to say one or two things about this. So I know I'm not sure. Some people like, yeah, some people, they should learn a lesson. They shouldn't be doing what they're doing, blah blah blah. But I don't think this lady is okay. Okay, in fact, while I was researching on it, I heard that her family members distanced themselves from her, and one person who did not want his personality to be quoted, who wanted anonymity, right, claimed that this particular person, that he has not visited her for the past 12 years because of her flaws, her character flaws. It means she has issues. She has issues with herself as a person, irrespective of what the other person had done. It is, it's disheartening. It's shocking, all right, that somebody will, just because of, I mean, it's possible if you see the man self, you'll be angry, right? Just because of that, you had that at the back of your mind for 10 solid years. You must be demonic. It can only be a demon, acting out in your life, because there's no way 10 solid years. You would have walked past that. You'd have been bigger, better, forgetting about even the other person, because by now you'd have even outgrown the person, right? So saying that it was that singular act, that reason, after 10 years, that made you to comfortably, you know, decide to kill the person, invited the person to your house, drugged the person with tramadol, and then was trusting your kitchen knife into her truth. It means this lady can actually, she, well, I don't want to use, I'm being very careful here anyways, but I think with the description and what happened, I'm not sure she's okay. I want you to go to the comment section. Let's continue this conversation, and let's also advise ourselves. I mean, we cannot be behaving in a very petty manner over something you can walk over. And when you want to go into relationship with females, please, you have to be careful. This is where I'm going to end this video. Bye.